your work for quite a while now, so yeah, I've seen how you're very, very passionate about the Mets. So I just wanted to get you on and just have a quick chat about baseball. Um, I know you're not too happy with how the Mets ended the season, but
No,
um,
their season was an abject disaster.
yeah, I mean, I want to start from like last year because I actually went to your game in London when you played the Phillies, and it was like you won the game two against the Phillies in London.
Yep.
And to be fair, going up to that game, your record was bang average. You didn't look like you were going to kind of make it getting into the playoffs.
No,
Yeah.
we actually turned around. The Mets actually turned around just
Mhm.
as that trip was coming to an end.
Yeah.
They
And
split the two games in England.
yeah.
Uh, prior to the trip to England, they won three straight. They were on a three-game winning streak going
Mhm.
into London. And when that streak started, they were 11 games under 500, and
Mhm.
that's really at the point they turned their season around.
Yeah, I mean, at the time the Cubs were struggling as well. I just remember you just taking off and you took over, you went past us easy. And I remember it was just out of you and the Braves, wasn't it? And you ended up being this kind of neutral fan's favorite, I thought, for the Mets, because it was like you were like you turned the season around, you were playing exciting baseball, you were in like really good games. And then
And
you
the way they played this year was the exact opposite, where
as
they
yeah,
played
that's
just an absolute uninspired baseball, where they rolled over, no heart, no grit, nothing.
yeah, I mean that's what I kind of was gonna say. Like it was like the opposite, wasn't it? It was like
It was like it was almost like in the same point of the season where in 2024 they had the worst record in baseball in May, and they had the best record in baseball in June.
mhm.
This year, they had the best record in baseball for the first 2 months of the season. And then after June 13th, it all fell apart. They were
Mhm.
basically, if if you basically pace out how much they were playing after June 13th, they would have lost 100 games. That's how the pace they were. They played not just bad baseball, but putrid, awful baseball. Pitching was bad, lack of clutch hitting, and defensively, the lack of concentration.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like you were going to be the team to watch because obviously you signed Soto,
Yeah,
didn't you? I mean, it just didn't work
something
out,
went
did it?
wrong internally
Hmm.
for that to happen, and the fact that they fired all but two of their they kept the manager, but almost every other coach got fired. Something tells me something went wrong. They fired their bench coach, their base coach, their pitching coach, their hitting coaches were fired. The only coach that really kept his job was the first base coach.
So do you expect more seconds to happen, or is that do you think that's it, and now you're going to start
No,
rebuilding? Or
that's it. Now it's going to
yeah.
be just to see who they resign and what happens
Mhm.
with the off season.
So what did you think of Soto? Because obviously he was like the talk of the town, wasn't he? I remember seeing some of your clips beforehand showing off in front of the Yankees fans and that.
He didn't come true in the clutch, but his numbers are pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think I saw you saying that he kind of his home runs came from garbage time, basically. Would that
Yeah.
be fair? Um, but yeah, it was just really bizarre watching you guys. I didn't realize the Reds had a chance to make the wild card to the right to the end, and obviously they swept us when we were pretty much playing hungover. Um,
Yeah, well,
it
if you would have
was
won one of those games, the Mets would have got in.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it was you that said it on a show before and said about how the Reds actually were 500 after the last 60 games. So it's not like they
Yeah. No, the
yeah,
Reds did nothing to get in the
yeah.
playoffs.
You just
It's the
flipped.
Mets. I mean, when the Mets lost, blew a 10.5 game lead for the division in 2022,
Mm,
it's because the Braves played at like a 70% clip, and the Mets only played at a 60% clip. This was the Mets playing at a 40% clip, and the
mm,
Braves and the Reds playing at a 50% clip, which is embarrassing.
yeah, yeah. Not gonna cut, is it? So
Did you
did
see
you?
what happened at the Vatican today?
Not say?
Did you see what happened at the Vatican today?
No. Oh, yeah. Someone shouted "Go Cubs" and he mocked the Cubs fan, didn't he? Saying, "Well, you lost" or something like that, didn't
Yep.
he? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it still kind of hurts because obviously it's the Brewers and that, but when the Brewers beat
Yeah,
us,
well, the Brewers are getting to get their ass handed to them by the
oh
Dodgers. They're
yeah,
going to get swept. That series is over.
yeah. I mean, they came out when they once they beat us,
And
they kind of
and just remember, the Pope's a White Sox fan, so he doesn't have the right to talk.
no, no. I mean, as soon as the Brewers won, all they talked about was the Cubs. Like they were kind of just. It seemed like they were more happy that we lost than they actually won. And then, I don't know if you saw them when they were celebrating, holding an L flag to mock our kind of winning flag that we always hold it when we win. And
Well, you do know you put up an L flag.
yeah, but they used the wrong one, didn't they? But I mean, they're just
Yeah.
obviously trying to mock us. But and now it's coming back to haunt them a bit because the Dodgers.
I'm actually surprised the Cubs still do the L flag.
Yeah.
There actually was a practicality to it.
Right.
It used to be that the Cubs played had no lights, and they didn't get lights installed in Wrigley Field until 1988.
Hmm.
So what they did, and this is before internet, this is before anything. Where so yeah, you go to work, and if you're driving past the stadium, they'll have a flag out there telling you if the Cubs won or lost, and that's what
Hmm.
the W flag and the L flag were. So if you're driving past the stadium, you see the L flag, you know that the Cubs lost the game. And if you're driving past the stadium, you see the W, then you know the Cubs won the game. And there was a
Hmm.
practicality to it. So I see raising the W flag for victory, but to get rid, they keep it there for the L. I don't think there's a place for it anymore.
Yeah, I kind of like the historic side of things, like I mean, sport nowadays is so commercial, isn't it now? It's just, and then, the Cubs have spent a ton of money on the stadium, but they've kept it to like the old school style, haven't they? I love it, man. But like,
Yep.
what did you think of the Cubs this year? Did you think we overachieved, or do you think we kind of, I mean, the second part of the season, we kind of just,
I think
not
the
as bad as the
Cubs.
Mets, but
I think the Cubs performed up to expectations.
mhm. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that they were a playoff team as they should have been,
mhm.
but they weren't a team that could make a deep run.
Yeah, I think the trade deadline was a bit telling for us, and then the injuries, our starting rotation got a bit hammered, and then Shotta just went, he just, I don't know what happened to Shotta. For a year and a half, he was more than good. He was excellent, and then this second part of the season, he's just fallen off a cliff. It's just
Yeah, kind of like kind of like Senga.
uh, exactly, and it was baffling. I mean, we went to the elimination game against the Brewers, and we decided to do a bullpen game because we just couldn't trust Shotta. I mean, it's got to that point, and it's sad because I love the guy. He's passionate. I mean, he always struggled against the Mets. I don't know if you've seen the stats when every time he
Oh
played
yeah,
the Mets,
I went to the game last year at Wrigley Field,
and
and the Mets just jumped all over him.
then you did it again this year, didn't you, at
Yeah.
Wrigley as well? So, but yeah, I think Tucker's gone next year. Well, he's not coming back. I don't think. Yeah, I think that was already being established. I think, um, but we just haven't spent the Bellinger money that we were promised, and then it's like kind of what we're going to do next year. We're going to rely on Casey, the young lad, to come in and take the job, but I don't know. But there was a bit of positives.
As it
Horton,
turns out, the Cubs breaking up the 2016 core was the right move
yeah,
because Baez has not been good.
mhm,
Chris Bryant fell off the cliff.
yeah,
I mean, Chris Bryant, that's the great mystery to me. I don't think anyone had better the first 2 years, and like every year just diminished to the point where he's one of the worst players in baseball now, and one
yeah,
of the worst contracts in baseball.
yeah. It's sad though, isn't it? Like, yeah. I mean, so who do you think is going to win the World Series? I'm probably guessing you're going to say
Dodgers,
Dodgers. Dodgers,
Dodgers.
yeah,
I'm rooting for the Mariners though,
yeah,
or the Brewers, one of the teams that never won it.
yeah. I mean, I saw it. I mean, people were saying if the weakness for the Dodgers is the bullpen, but I think in the last two games they've only used three bullpen players in the last two games,
Yeah.
so they're just they're
But
starting
when you get your
pitching.
starters going 7 innings, that bullpen all of a sudden is it you're able to disguise a lot of warts in that bullpen.
Uh-huh.
And meanwhile, that's where the Mets went.
Uh-huh.
The Mets only had 38 games where the starting pitchers went 6 innings.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
you get the bullpen in there. You have the bullpen has to get too many outs. You have to bring in 4 or 5 relievers every night.
Hmm.
Eventually, they're just gonna, or someone's gonna have a slip up, and then that's how you lose these games.
And then the rumors are that Tucker's going to Dodgers, so they're only going to get better, aren't they? But what do you think about the whole salary cap situation that could be? I mean, it sounds like the players are not up for it.
They will never be up for it,
No.
and this could be a long, protracted battle.
Hmm.
The Players Association is very strong, and the owners are very corrupt,
Hmm.
and that's where the battle's gonna lie.
Yeah.
You see, you got teams that claim they're losing money, but they're not. The
Hmm.
Pirates, the Pirates wouldn't spend money no matter what. The Athletics are a joke. I
Well,
mean, the Rockies have spent poorly. The Angels spend poorly.
I mean, the
And
situation.
then Anthony Rendon. What can I say about that? Chris Bryant with the Rockies. What can you say about that? But the Pirates and the Marlins are another
Mhm.
organization that's a joke.
I mean, I feel so sorry for Skeens, don't you, in Pittsburgh? I mean, like, help the guy. I mean,
He
their
will
pitchers
have
are excellent,
at
aren't they?
most 2 more years with the Pirates.
Oh
At
yeah,
most.
yeah.
He will not get to his. He's going to win his Cy Young this year.
Mhm.
I think they're going to have him pitch for them next year, and then probably probably depending on what happens with the CBA battle,
Mhm.
he could be traded, and that's unfair for those fans. And
Yeah.
the Marlins had a decent year, but you're
Mhm.
going to see players. You're going to see the Sandy Alcantara will be pitching somewhere else next year,
Mhm.
and that's what the Marlins are. They're almost like a college team.
Mhm. I've I've got to ask as well. I'm quite intrigued because I mean, this is an NFL question for you, but I mean, I've seen that you support the Dolphins, Miami
Oh,
Dolphins.
yeah,
So
they're
what's
terrible.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, so why Miami then? Because obviously you had New York in your blood. So like, what was
Dan Marino's the easiest answer.
right? Okay, got you. Yeah, it's not looking great there, is it, this year? I mean, it's
No, they're
I
a
heard
mess.
player meetings
They're a
and
mess.
player meetings. No one's turning up to the player meetings, or they're late to the player meetings, and
They're a mess. They're a total mess. They need to tear it down and rebuild.
yeah. I mean, what was it 2 seasons ago? Your offense was just absolutely ridiculously good, and it's just kind of just. I mean, Touré just struggled, hasn't he, with the concussions, and I'm always
Yeah,
frightened to watch him play, to be honest, because you're just scared it's going to happen again, don't you? And it could be fatal next time because it's just gruesome watching it. But what's your thought? Because all the Bears fans were all on board with Caleb, but obviously all the outside noise from neutral fans, they kind of are a bit.
he's
What's
not playing too poorly. I mean,
no?
they went to Washington and won this week. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to think like last season was just such a shit show. Like, and that was his rookie year. You know, you had coaches that just weren't good enough. I mean, this is third head coach, his fourth offensive coordinator. So
Eberflus,
yeah,
it could be worse. Justin Fields. I mean, look how bad he
I
is.
know. I know. I mean, I saw the first game against Pittsburgh, Jets played, and they were saying, "Oh, look how good he looks." And it's like that's one game, and
Yeah. Well, how did he look last week in
it's
London?
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that game was just poor, like all right around, wasn't it? I mean, but no, I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting. But I think next year will probably where the Bears kind of are probably going to be challenging probably more because the lines look good, don't they? Green Bay are always going to be consistently up there, so we need to sort our defense probably out. Even though they're playing lights out at the minute, you just feel like they're a bit short on the rush attack. But it's going to be interesting.
All right,
But yeah, nice one. Thank you for coming on anyway, mate. Really appreciate it, and I know you've been really busy today, so
all right. Talk to you later.
see you later. Bye.
All right, get out of here. All right, thanks. All right, so see you again.
Bye bye.